Hello and welcome to this tutorial video on Explain Everything. In this first video, I'm going to show you the various ways that you can annotate inside Explain Everything. So the first thing we're going to do is from our Explain Everything homepage here, we're going to create a new Explain Everything project with a template. So I'll just select a template. Now on the Explain Everything sidebar here, you're going to see a variety of tools. Down here are your color selections for this particular theme. So since it's a black background, my color choices are white, kind of a pale pink, and a pale blue that I can select from when I'm doing objects and such. And from the top I have my selection tool, my pen tool, my shape tool, text, insert, eraser, and then a few other tools that really aren't for annotating that will be discussed in some later tutorials. So the first thing I'm going to do is just insert something to annotate. So I'm going to tap the plus sign and I'm just going to select New Picture. And that would actually let me take a picture. So while I'm doing this, I could actually be taking a picture and immediately start annotating it. So we'll cancel that, and I'm just going to pull an existing photo from my library just to save a little time. So this is some pictures from, let's choose one that's got a wider selection there. These are some pictures from a National Parks project at the Everglades National Park. So I'm going to select a picture and it immediately pulls it in. That's probably not the best one as it's a moving picture, so let's have one that maybe we could be doing a little learning on. So here's a picture of some water lilies. Now that I've got it pulled in, I'm going to select Done. And now notice that I have my toolbar available and I'm in my Explain Everything app. Now right now I haven't started recording, so if I wanted to record this to actually create an Explain Everything presentation, I would want to tap the record as soon as I got my pictures in there. Now if you're doing more than one picture, you probably want to add another slide, then pull in another picture, and maybe we'll use the sunflowers for this one, just have some color. There's the sunflower pictures, done, and now notice I've got slide 2 of 2. So I can go back to slide 1 because that's where I would want to start. And then if I was actually recording, I would tap record. And once I tap record, the time clock will start moving and I will be recording. And then I could be annotating, but from that point on, Explain Everything is actually recording my voice or any other sounds as well. So we're not going to actually do the recording right now because I just want to go through with some time the different annotation tools. So the first one we'll talk about is the pen, and if I just tap to the pen and it becomes highlighted, you'll see that I'm now able to draw directly on the app with whatever color I have selected down here. So if I tap and hold on the pen, you see I get a couple of more choices. So I could change to a solid tip and increase the width a little bit. Tap to get out of that. Now I have a little bit more prominent pen tool to be doing. I of course can switch colors. And now when I annotate, I'm in a different color. And remember that if I were actually recording, it's recording all of my pen strokes as a separate action. So this makes it easy to describe different processes. Now another way you could do this is to switch to your shape tool, and once again if I tap and hold, you see the different shapes I can select from. I can do them with a shadow, without, or increase the width of my border. So let's say that I was trying to show the current here. I'm going to switch to arrow, tap out of that, and now from wherever I start to wherever I stop, I'm creating a new shape. Notice that I do have to go back and tap the shape tool each time. And again, if I was recording, it would record these actually being entered on the screen in real time. Great to explain things. To go to your second slide, you could just do the arrow over and it will go to the second slide. There are my sunflowers. And now maybe I wanted to use my text tool. So I'm going to tap text. If I tap and hold, you can see I can change the font. I can add a border and adjust the size. But if that is selected, I simply tap where I want the text to go. Now I can add text. So once you have that added, you can adjust it by centering it, things like that. You're done, tap the checkbox. But now my box is actually movable. So I can move that text wherever I want so that it can be seen a little bit better. If I double tap on it, I can go back into it so that I can adjust it. If I hide my keyboard and adjust it, I can change the size of my text box. Check mark to finish. Now I can still move it around so I can put that wherever I want it. So now that I've added text, I could also go back to my pen tool and underline, add whatever type of annotations I want. Now this could be used for a variety of educational purposes, such as find the petals of a flower, find the leaf. I guess down here might be a stem. You can use this to label a variety of things. And once again, all of these actions are being recorded for later use. So you could actually pull up a picture, explain the different parts that's been recorded while you've done it, and now you've got a video that will be perfect for maybe a student that was absent when you went over a topic, things like that. So annotating on top of pictures and explain everything is pretty simple. If you needed to erase just certain things, you could go to your eraser tool and you can erase that. If you go to your selection tool, you actually get an X instead of the eraser, and if you tap the X, you can tap on all of your annotations and delete them all at once. Same thing if you tap the X, tap your text box, and exit out, it will delete that as well. So in some future tutorials, we'll talk about adding video to annotate as well as annotating live websites inside Explain Everything. But this concludes our annotation video for Explain Everything, and I look forward to working with you again.